Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Hello, people. I hope you guys enjoyed Monday Night Raw. It was interesting, I will say that. I'm so angry. I'm so fucking pissed. I'm so freaking pissed.
I'm gonna write a letter.
I'm gonna call your boss. No, I am gonna call the owner of the company.
Dear
Mr. Whitehead, I am a white woman in America. So sick of that shit. I'm so angry. Anyways, WWE is doing everything in their power to get you guys interested in Money in the Bank. Are you interested? Do you care? Okay. Do you care? More energy, more footwork, period. Hello, Aaliyah. It was a messy but okay show. Okay. Dear Mr. Helmsley is what Don said. That's okay. Don got the reference. That's all that matters. Don understood the assignments. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into this show, shall we? The show kicked off with our newest villain, Tyrant, drunk with power. I told you that was what that was about. And I didn't know Seth is trying to save the industry from losers like Roman. Well, power is a very intoxicating drug. It can be addictive. It can change a person. And now Seth Rollins has two massive behemoths of men on his side, including thick ass roly poly Paul Heyman. Okay. Now look, the dichotomy of Paul Heyman and how he operates per who his client is a separate analysis and issue of itself. Okay. But one thing's for sure is Paul Heyman is much more involved this time in how things are flowing in the inner workings of it all, which leads me to believe that once things really start to get rolling, Paul Heyman is going to turn one of those two behemoths of men against Seth Rollins, and he's going to proceed forward with one of them, and he's going to be their little birdie on their shoulder, talking shit in their ear. It is only a matter of time because Paul only looks to see what the future is. He is a parasite, a leech. He will latch himself onto whoever is trajectory to be at the top, and whoever will accept the favor of having the wise man in their corner. Quite frankly, I would have liked it better if Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker just had Paul Heyman in their corner and Seth was on his own. But because they've done this, there's a whole story that's getting ready to play out with Seth Rollins. But I'll get to that in a second. Now, he cut a promo. He opened up the show. He had a nice suit on. I love this. I freaking love this. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just love this. I've always been a fan of a good boot, cut, flare on a man. I just like it. I like the way it looks. It has an effeminate theme to it, but it's very masculine on them. I like it. I just wish the boot cut was just a teensy bit longer, just a teensy bit. But other than that, I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. But it didn't give villain. It did give fashion, but it didn't give villain. And I really want Troy to like really dive into the villainy of it all. Because I've noticed with Troy, when he styles him, when he is a true heel, Seth wears a lot of suits. It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot of suits, honey. Okay. But I really like this. I really like this. I think that he also needs to start styling Bronson Reed, because while Bronson Reed's shoe game is tight, his clothes never fit right. None of them. Look. It looked like he went down the street to Men's Warehouse and pulled the suit off the rack and said, I'm gonna put this on with these black shoes. Now, Braun Breaker, his suit fits a little bit better. And Pauline, he gets his shit custom from Tom Ford or whatever. I didn't even know Tom Ford made suits for big asses like that. But apparently, as long as you can pay him, he'll make them. Okay. But anyway, Seth came out there and was talking cash shit about how he is the future, he is the way, the truth, and the light, and no one will ever be able to come under the banner of WWE and make it but through him. Okay? He was giving very much trying to be Jesus. And we all know how blasphemous that is. Amen. Amen. Anyways, he got mad because the crowd started chanting F you, Seth. He didn't like that too much. He was very, very, very upset that they was chanting F you. And he said, well, it's not too long ago, y'all was singing my music. So now you want to talk about some, launching those profanities at me. I said, you and your wife have delusions of grandeur. Y'all seem to think that because you do good for a couple of years, that when you turn on them, remember, you turned your back on the crowd, not the other way around. You turned on them. Okay? That they somehow are supposed to thank you for that betrayal. No, baby, that's not how that works. Just like you didn't like the fact that CM Punk left your ass and you run around here acting like a scorned ex-girlfriend for the last year and a half. Okay? We don't like the fact that you out here talking about how you want to have dominant and omnipotent power. It is the very same thing that your counterpart, Roman Reigns, was saying not too long ago. And you said that he didn't deserve that power, that he shouldn't have had that power, that the power belonged to the people. That's what you said. You said that. Okay. Now you saying that you are the one who needs to curate how this industry goes because you know what's best. You know what's best for business. That's what you said. Right? Okay. Well, I know that when we tried this some years ago, when you were a part of the Authority, that wasn't best for business. In fact, it was quite stifling. You was walking around here with the Money in the Bank briefcase, terrorizing us with J&J security, and you also stole your championship and then was running around here for a year with that title, giving us all types of hell. If I have to go through another 4 years of you after having to go through 4 years of Roman, I'm going to scream. I promise you, I'm going to scream. This cannot go down again. You can't let this happen again. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers is supposed to fix it. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers is going to change it. But somebody do something. Okay? Because I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to actually enjoy it if I'm going to have to go through another tyrant coming in. It's like there's a hole there and you feel like you need to fill the hole. Okay? Between you, Nino Brown, and Victor Sweet, I don't know who's worse. Okay? I need y'all to pull it together. Okay? Everybody don't need to have power and everybody don't need to have control. Sometimes you could just be a champion. Now you can cheat, steal, and do whatever you want to do within the confines of your championship reign. You can do all of that. I applaud it. I'll sit here and talk about you like a dog, and I do all of that. But when you start to try to take over an entire industry, that becomes a problem for me, because that means you believe that you somehow are the only person who is capable of being able to curate how this industry should go. When in fact, you are just upset that the world is moving on without you. And you did not like the fact that you were not a part of the change. You didn't like the fact that you weren't at the forefront of it. So you took out Roman and you wanted to take out CM Punk before he can get to that spot. And that is why you drug in Paul Heyman to keep yourself in that realm of being able to be looked at as the one who was taking over, who was the martyr. But in all actuality, you just wanted the power. That's all. Can I have a cup, please? You just wanted to be looked at as the guy who fixed everything. That's why you helped Cody. Because you wouldn't have helped him if it didn't give you anything in the process. I'm on to you, you little motherfucker. I'm on to you. I see you. I'm on to you. Anyways, he has made it very clear that going after that Money in the Bank briefcase is his special ticket. That's his special ticket to the big leagues. Okay? That's his one true way of controlling every champion in this game. That's his special ticket. So, forgot the cup. So, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Hold tight. Hold tight, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second. All right. Now, let me get some of y'all comments in here. He said, may I say, Bronson looks good. I've got nothing to say. He looked like he went to Men's Warehouse and picked up whatever they had on the rack. It was tacky. I don't care what you say. It was tacky. Squared. Let's just hope this faction goes better than his Monday Night Messiah faction. Well, I think that it will. I don't think that he's going to have any issues. I think the Monday Night Messiah faction got messed up because of Austin Theory. And also it got messed up because of Akam and Razor getting fired. Tampa was confused. They were singing, they were booing, they were going back and forth. Okay. The congregation was a victim of circumstances and poor planning. Okay, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor. Seth Rollins, he's the bar in the tone of Alien Superstar. You can say that all you want to. I'm not going to say that. No, sir. No, sir. Forever, he's that girl, I guess. If that's how you want to swing it. Which one is Nino Brown and which one is Victor Sweet? Well, Nino Brown came first, so that would mean Roman is Nino Brown and Solo is Victor Sweet because Solo came after that. Okay? See, there you go. There you go. Leah got it. I feel that if he wins, then he will cash in after the Gunther and Jay match. All right. Now, I saw he looked like he dropped some LBs and it wasn't his thing as well. You already did, child. Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, did he lose some weight? Sure, but I'm tell you right now, I don't care. Kayfabe wise, I don't care. Reality, I'm glad that he's back and I'm glad that he's healthy, 1000%. Because I didn't like the fact that he was gone so long, but he broke his ankle. What was we gonna do? All right. Seth is a businessman from Holiday Heart. That ain't no damn compliment. That ain't no damn compliment. So they announced that there was going to be 2 qualifier matches today, and they were both. And it was did I get the right qualifiers? I did not put the right qualifier matches up here. Ooh, that was not good. They were both men's qualifiers. They were not there were no women's qualifiers today. So we had a qualifiers match for the men, and it involved Penna, it involved Dragon Lee, and Chad Gable. And I have to say, that match was so much fun. It was so much fun. I love that match. It was so much fun. And he said, and we got the same birthday, so I really don't have notes. Ugh, I hate you for that. Like, fuck y'all. Fuck that shit. Tell the truth and you say the devil. Shit. That match was so much fun. It was my favorite match of the night. I love that match. It was so freaking good. Okay. Now, listen. Penna won the match. But let me tell y'all, this match had so much shit going on. Dragon Lee was diving through the ropes, darting. Oh, your ass said Holiday Heart. Shit. Your ass said Holiday Heart. You said that. I was like, is he talking about the dope dealers? The dope dealers in Holiday Heart was not no good dudes. But if you want to call him a businessman, be my guest. But Pena won this match. When I tell you that this match was so much fun, there were so many twists and turns, so many different times where Chad Gable was really holding his own in this match. But baby, they was not giving him the time of day. They were tearing each other apart. When Dragon Lee did that suicide dive, I fucking lost my shit. Because I was like, yo, what is happening, bro? Let me tell you, that shit was crazy. Okay? Crazy. But it was the best match of the night. It was so much fun. I was happy that Penna won. But I promise you, if Dragon Lee would have won, I wouldn't have been mad. And honestly, I wouldn't have been mad if Chad Gable won because it was such a good match. And any one of them could have won and gotten to the Money in the Bank ladder match. But I'm glad it was Penna. But man, this match was so much fun. Oh, 10s across the board how great this match was. It was insane, but it was amazing. I loved it. Gable should have sat there and ate his food and focused on his match. That was another thing. Gable involved Vikingo, and that was mainly because Vikingo is going to be facing him at Worlds Collide. Now, if you guys don't understand how this is going to work, Worlds Collide is supposed to be on YouTube at 3 in the afternoon that Saturday. And then they're going to have Money in the Bank at 7 on the Peacock Network. Okay. So that's how that's going to work. All right. So this is happening on YouTube. It's going to be streaming exclusively to YouTube. All of the Worlds Collide matches are going to happen exclusively on YouTube. Okay. Now tell me why all the luchadors are facing Sans Del Taco. There's only 3 of them that are facing Legado del Fantasma, and it is okay. Let me see. His name is Dr. something. It translates. It sounds like the son of Dr. something Jr. I can't remember his name. Psycho somebody, and I can't remember. Please pardon me if I don't know everybody's name, but I just cannot remember everybody's name. So please forgive me for that. But man, no, I'm saying they are faces. Well, what are they supposed to do? Have like Psycho Clown Pagano and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Okay. Well, Legado del Fantasma are heels. Okay, I got what you're saying, Don. Don't worry about it. My brain, my hair not done. Okay, so you're saying all of the luchadors in WWE right now are faces, with the exception of Legado del Fantasma. That's what you're getting. I got you. My brain was not computing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, wait. Hey, does Dominic Mysterio now join Seth's faction? Why would you think that? Why would you think that? Because he put the chair in the ring at the end of the match. He put the chair in the ring for Finn. Finn just didn't get up in time to get the damn chair, idiot. But I don't think so. If I was Dominic, I wouldn't. I don't see that working out in his favor, honestly. And I feel like he got over more by joining Judgment Day. And I think that's where he should stay until it implodes. And even if he goes by himself, Dom could do this by himself. He doesn't need to be in another faction. I wouldn't join the faction. I got you. It took me a minute, but I got there. So we had that match, and it was good. I loved that match. It was my favorite match of the night. Next match we had to look at was Rusev facing off against Akira Tozawa. To save you the trouble, Akira Tozawa got beat down by Rusev after he put up a valiant defense. And Akira pretty much got put in the accolade, and then Rusev wouldn't let it go. Akira ended up getting saved by Sheamus. Now, you know, Sheamus and Rusev were in the League of Nations back in the day, during that time where it was one versus all for Roman. He was that baby face, and he hated being. If y'all don't remember, that was Sheamus's time with Rusev in the League of Nations, or the revised version of the League of Nations. And then Sheamus came out to Akira Tozawa's rescue because he was being bullied by Rusev. Now, this issue with Rusev trying to bring people back to their vitality by brutalizing them, it seems that Sheamus is not okay with him being a bully. So Sheamus has decided to step up to Rusev, and now we get to see how this is really going to play out. Rusev finally has an equal adversary to which he backed down from, which was very interesting because he said anybody who stepped to him, he was going to tear them down. I wanted to see how he was going to fare against someone like Sheamus. Anywhoosies. My mom did the same thing the other day. I was like, am I speaking clearly? I'm sorry. Also, WWE messed up. It should have been El Grande Americano versus Vikingo. What's the point of creating this character, El Grande Americano, if it won't get used for the AAA brand as its top heel? I'm pretty sure he'll show up there. But he's not. First of all, El Grande Americano is a mockery of a luchador culture and their entire being. So I wouldn't have him as a top heel in their brand either. It's disrespectful to them and is disrespectful, period. The whole fucking character is disrespectful. So as far as I'm concerned, I could care less if they have El Grande Americano in this particular thing, but I feel like he's going to show up after Chad Gable has this match with Vikingo, or he may have someone dress up as El Grande Americano and show up then. But quite frankly, even in kayfabe, you can't tell me that when you see this character, this doesn't feel like this is a mockery of luchadors. Come on, it's disrespectful to them. And quite frankly, I feel like you could do this and be a top heel without mocking the culture, is all I'm saying. Yep, 2015 to 2016. Child, a time before land, okay? And incredibly it does come across as very racist, but some people don't see it that way. Me personally, I don't mind a good heel masked luchador, but what I do mind is when you say things like he hails from the Gulf of America, when you know that that's not true. First of all, Gulf of America doesn't exist. It's idiotic, and it just doesn't. It's tone deaf. It's the best way to explain it, and it's disrespectful to them and their careers and everything that they fought for the respect that they rightfully deserve. If you're going to dip your toe into someone else's livelihood and culture, then at bare minimum, you could give it the respect it so rightfully deserves. That's it. That's all. Yeah. The girls were fighting today, okay? Liv Morgan returned, right? But this was after Roxanne was serving her man some chicken nuggets. Oh, when I tell you it was hilarious. Roxanne was standing there. She said, Dom, you want these chicken nuggets? And Dom said, sure, I'll take a nug. Thank y'all. She says, oh, look, your neck, your shoulder, it looks a little tight. Let me help you out. Girl, she put that little mitt, she called her hand up there on that man's shoulders. And them eye bags came in and was standing there burrowing a hole through Dom. I said, oh, girl, we are tired. Are you okay? Did you have a long flight? It looked like you did. She was like, hey, Dom, hey, what's going on? And he was like, oh, it's time difference and, us trying to call, you being in the morning, me being at night, it was just a lot. She was like, it's okay. But Raquel has been keeping me informed on what's going on around here. But you know what? I'll address that later because right now I'm going to Adam Pearce's office so I can get me a Money in the Bank qualifier match. Until then, enjoy your chicken nuggets. Being over there being a messy king, honey. Just being messy. Just cheesing his ass off, honey. I was like, oh, this is messy, child. Messy. She was like, sister, let's go. Let's get out of here. So they left, child. Now, we had the match between the New Day and the Creed brothers and War Raiders. This match was good as well. The only problem is the Creed brothers are ignorant. Trusting the New Day was foolish. Foolish, number one, because you could have saved yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of heartache by just simply making sure you were looking out for who? Numero uno, me. Mano, me, nobody else. Why are you helping the New Day? Y'all are in a match for the tag team titles. I don't give a damn if it's a damn triple threat, fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way, ladder, whatever it is. I'm not teaming up with nobody when they're going to end up screwing me in the end. Fuck that. Okay? This is how it's going to go down. Y'all spent majority of the match tag teaming on War Raiders, and you ended up getting rolled up and pinned by fucking Xavier, all because you didn't pay attention to who you had as an opponent. You were not only fighting the War Raiders, you were fighting the New Day as well. And they used your ass to keep their tag team titles. And now you sitting here titleless again because you don't know how to play the fucking game. You're a fool. And this is your fault because you did it to yourself. I have nothing else to say to you. Be gone with you. Be gone. Be gone with you, peasant. I had to get that out because I was so upset. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Have you lost your ever-loving mind? Jesus, I would never in a day. Give me the tag team of Liv Morgan and Raquel and Roxanne Perez. Sweetheart, I don't even think that's going to happen. Because honestly, Liv and Raquel, they finna drop them tag team titles to the Bella Twins at Evolution 2. That's what's about to happen. If you don't believe it, that's your business. I'm just telling you, prepare yourself. Prepare. Because it's happening. Can we ask Liv what she got going on? What she got on? Lord, no. Because that's the same thing she wore at WrestleMania, and everybody told me I was jealous and I'm a hating ass bitch. But I said, well, all she had on was drawers and a damn corset. That's what she wore today. That's what she been wearing. So, Raquel Rodriguez is more green than Jade Cargill, and Raquel has been wrestling longer than Jade. How does that work? I won't say that she's green. I don't think that she is. I think that Raquel's character lacks depth. And when she's a heel like this, it makes her look like she's not good enough. When Raquel is very much a formidable opponent. When she is the heel and she is the kind of heel that dominates the way, say, Nia Jax would, she does work very well in that realm. She also works well as a face character as well. But when she is playing second fiddle to somebody else, it doesn't work for her. And I think that's what marginalizes Raquel and makes her look like she's green. She really isn't. The thing is, Jade Cargill wasn't as bad as people made her out to be. She just needed to be properly trained, which is what she got when she started working with Natalya in the dungeon, when she started working in the Nightmare Factory. She was able to hone on skills. See, people like Jade and Bianca, they only need the right direction and the right person, and they will be able to supersede and surpass everybody. It don't take much. When you have talent or you're capable and you can take that capability to being a superstar, that is what happens. The problem is Raquel is boring outside of her being a dominating heel. She don't have any other redeemable qualities. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean it in a term of Raquel doesn't grab your attention unless she's dominating somebody else. So let's say her and Liv Morgan, end up fighting each other. The only way people would really care about Raquel is she's going to have to really take Raquel's going to have to take her cues from Nia Jax and just ragdoll Liv Morgan, because that's the only way people are going to focus or really care about her. She doesn't bring anything else to the table, so nobody cares. The personality in their tag team comes from Liv Morgan. Like, love her or hate her, Liv has all the personality in the world. But Raquel doesn't have that. That's her only problem. Ring-wise, Raquel is okay. She's not immaculate, amazing, 1,000% the greatest, big female wrestler of all time. But she is solid in the ring. I'll never take that from her. It's not that she isn't good enough, it's that she doesn't have great character work. And that's what makes you really not care for her. I don't think that she's green at all. If you go back and watch a lot of her matches before her and Liv turned heel and they were faces, Raquel was fine. She was solid in the ring against Nia Jax when her and Nia Jax was wrestling. She was solid against Rhea Ripley. She was solid. It's just she doesn't really have much personality. Finn was giddy, y'all. Giddy that they was fighting, honey. Finn Balor, or you mean Penn Balor? I say that because in recent times he's been nothing but the eater of pins. Well, that's unfortunate for Finn. Finn might be messy, but that's me when I see something chaotic. He messy as hell. That's messy. Because he the one who brought Roxanne's ass in there. And he didn't have to bring her in there. He chose to bring her in there. Now, what else happened? Sami Zayn was backstage and he was upset. You know, he didn't like the fact that Seth got to cut this promo and say these things uninterrupted. He felt like he should have went out there and took over and took them out. And Jey Uso was like, hey, man, listen, I know you mad and I know you in your feelings, but we got to play this cool. We got to be smart. You go out there and you attack them and it's what? It's what? 3, maybe 4 on 1? That's not smart. You're putting yourself in danger. Listen, he said, we got to have a way to go about this without you being out there and getting your ass kicked. He was like, what you focus on is getting that Money in the Bank briefcase. Focus on being in that match. And then what you need to be doing is worrying about them later. And he said, no matter what happens, I got your back. You go out there because you know he going to have his goons out there. I got you. I'm coming out there to help you. Don't worry about it. Now, fast forward. Jey Uso comes out and he cuts a promo because he's like, everybody's on my ass. John Cena talking shit about me. Logan Paul tried to get at me, took Logan Paul out. Now I got to worry about Seth. I got to worry, not Seth, like Seth in the future, but now I got to worry about Logan Paul and John Cena at Money in the Bank. But I got some, I got some help. I got a little ace in the hole with Cody Rhodes. Cool. Love that. And as he's cutting his promo, Gunther come out there. Gunther tells him like, hey, man, you overlooking me. But it's cool because 2 weeks from next week, you and I are going to tussle again on Monday Night Raw, and I'm going to take your championship from you. He said your days as champion are numbered because you're not fit to hold this title. You're not fit to be a champion, and I'm going to prove that your little win at WrestleMania was a fluke. Jey Uso was like, man, I'm sick of y'all telling me that my days as champion are numbered. He said, I'm not overlooking you. I see you, Gunther. I know you better than you think I do. But you know what? He said, it's cool. Because that Money in the Bank, I'm going to handle my business. And then in a week, I'm going to come back and we gonna roll again. And when we roll again, the results are going to be the same, my guy. I'm going to tap you out and I'm going to still be your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And there's nothing you can do about it. And he walked away. Now, Gunther had his moment and he left. Okay, everybody was happy. Boom. Now, we also got Lyra Valkyria. Lyra came out there and cut a promo, and she basically was like, usually when I win a match, I'm done with the opponent once I'm done with you in the ring because I've proven that I beat you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's over and done with it. But she said, I can't even have that with this girl because Becky is out here jaw-jacking and popping off at the mouth like she won the fucking match. Sat in the corner of this damn ring and was talking cash shit about me. Talking like she won the fucking match, like she beat me. Girl, I beat you twice on 2 different occasions. Beat you 1, 2, 3 in the ring, and yet you out here talking reckless like this? No. Now, she said Becky went back there, cried, whined, finagled, twisted her arms, used her power back there to get her another match against me. And she said, why would I accept? I already beat Becky twice. And she was like, because the satisfaction of beating her again is all that I need. But this time, I'm going to make sure that she keeps her mouth shut. And she was like, Becky's the one who made this personal. I didn't make this personal. She did. So they can come out there like, bitch, you did that. That was you. That was you. Okay. I was doing my business. I was going home to my hot husband, living my best life. And you came out here and cost me my money in the bank opportunity. She was like, oh, your hot husband, the only one who has talent in your whole family. I was like, oh, bitch. Oh my God. Girl. First of all, ain't no bitch finna eat me up like that. Lyra ate her up at every turn, every pass. She tore her up. To sum it up and make it very simple, Beckler said, girl, listen, you talking all this shit, but let me tell you something. She was like, I'm going to beat you at Money in the Bank and take away your championship. And when I do, you are going to have to acknowledge the fact that I'm a better wrestler than you, that I'm a better opponent than you, and you are going to have to raise my hand in the ring the same way I raised your hand when you beat me. And Lyra was like, I've never had a problem respecting that the woman I have been beaten by was the better opponent. But she said, when it comes to you, babes, I don't really have to do that because I'm always going to be the better woman. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what Becky and Seth have been drinking lately, but they are both sipping the same Kool-Aid, and it's weird, honey. It's weird. They are both living their best life sipping this Kool-Aid, and it's crazy. It's nuts. It's insane. Okay? It's batshit bonkers. But Lyra was tearing her ass up, and Becky let her. Becky let her do it. Becky let her do it. She definitely did. Let me see. WWE ruined Finn when in all major multi-man matches, they only include him to eat these pins. How does that help anyone if they are includes in matches only to eat these pins? I don't understand what you're expecting when you see three people in a match. Somebody's going to eat the pin. Finn Balor just happened to be the one to eat the pin in this particular match. Do you have that same sentiments for Julius Creed in the Creed brothers? I mean, he ate the pin in that match when honestly, one of the War Raiders could have ate the pin in that match. They're the former champions. Creed brothers have never held the titles. Or what about in the previous match for the Money in the Bank? Chad Gable is the one who ate the pin in that match. So couldn't it have been Dragon Lee who ate the pin? I mean, the sentiment of Finn Balor, acting as if there's an issue with Finn Balor being the one to eat the pin is interesting because other people in other matches who are just as deserving, if not more, of opportunities have ate the pin in matches, and I see no one complaining. But you're mad that Finn isn't getting. Finn has been. Let's put it this way. Finn has been in Judgment Day for the last 3 years, maybe 4. Finn has been a multi-time tag team champion, been in multiple PLE main event matches for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's also competed for the Intercontinental Championship. He has had multiple storylines where he has had led to PLE matches with him as well as his Judgment Day members. Whereas people like Dragon Lee, people like Chad Gable have been regaled to the mid card and haven't had any opportunities that have really put them in full-blown storylines. I think often you believe because Finn Balor is a caliber of superstar at the likes of Seth Rollins and of course his counterparts like CM Punk, and then you have AJ Styles and everybody in between, you believe that he somehow is owed more opportunities than everybody else, when in fact he has had opportunities. He's had plenty. So him eating the pin in this match wasn't that big of a deal to me, and it shouldn't have been that big of a deal to you either, because there's another storyline that he himself is in right now with his own faction that is about to implode. Whereas somebody like Dragon Lee, who probably hasn't been seen on TV in months and probably won't be seen in the next couple of weeks, got an opportunity to be in this match and did exceptionally well. And he's not going to get any more opportunities anytime soon, but you're going to see Finn Balor on TV again. The point I'm trying to make is his opportunities aren't that few and far between. He's fine to eat a pin. He will be okay. But that didn't come up until I mentioned it. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Is Lyra dumb or something? Why does she want to take this job to Becky Hogan? Lyra should have moved on and not got involved in this Becky Hogan vortex. Well, the stipulation for the match is also if Becky loses to Lyra, she will no longer be able to challenge Lyra for that championship as long as Lyra has it, I believe. But if she wins, Lyra has to hold her hand up in the ring. So it is what it is. Becky Hogan just needs to join her husband's faction and have Paul Heyman use his influence to put her in the women's title picture. I'd rather she stay in the Intercontinental Championship picture than to have her in the women's title picture. But if that's what you want, I ain't gonna argue with you. I mean, I can understand why you would say that, but honestly, I don't need to see that. Bayley helping Lyra at Money in the Bank. Well, maybe she will. Maybe. Or Bayley will show up to fight Becky for the Intercontinental Championship and take it from her. That's what I would do. I wouldn't help Lyra keep it. When I need to add another belt to my resume too. Shit, fuck that hoe. Shoot. Anywhoosies, the finals of the Money in the Bank qualifiers or as follows. Seth Rollins went up against Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. It was an okay match. All three guys were going into it. Seth almost got by Sami Zayn in his Blue Thunder Bomb, but of course he had two aces in the hole with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They ended up pulling Sami out of the ring when he pinned Seth, just really ruining Sami's moment, which I really hate that for Sami, obviously. Jey Uso came down there with the save to help him out, but unfortunately for him, he got overrun by the numbers game as well. And then fucking Dom came down there to help with the chair, but Finn not getting up fast enough, ended up getting curb stomped on the chair, and he ate the pin in this match. And Seth Rollins has qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. God, that sucked ass. It sucked so bad because I don't remember Sami being in a Money in the Bank match. He may have been, but I don't remember him being in one. And I really would have preferred for Sami to be in that match. I really hate that Seth is in this fucking match. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't think I have the render with him on it. No, these are the OG renders. So originally, these are the renders for the Money in the Bank ladder match. For right now, these are the women that are in the match. Friday, you're going to have another women's qualifier, and it is going to include Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and Naomi. They are all going to be competing in the last qualifier, I think, for SmackDown for Money in the Bank. And Bianca Belair is set to return next week in Knoxville, Tennessee. And then currently, I didn't get the updated render. So you have LA Knight, Solo, Penta, and Seth Rollins, who have all qualified for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. You also have Lyra Valkyria facing off against Becky Lynch for the women's ladder match. Now, if Becky Lynch wins, Lyra must raise her hand in acknowledgement that she has officially beaten her. But if Becky loses and Lyra wins, then she no longer can challenge Lyra for her championship as long as she has it. And then we have the tag team matchup. John Cena and Logan Paul will face off against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And this is just going to be a tag match between the two. And quite frankly, Cody Rhodes is pretty, what is he like? He's 1-1 in tag matches. When it comes to these tag matches, he's like 1-1. He lost the one with him and Seth at WrestleMania a few years back, but he won that tag match with him and Roman against Solo, and I think it was Jacob. And I believe that was at Bad Blood. I could be wrong, but I think it was at Bad Blood. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think Seth will get screwed over in the Money in the Bank match by the return of the OTC. You really think so? That's interesting. Well, they are going to be in LA. I didn't think Roman would show up until they hit Atlanta. They're supposed to go to Atlanta very soon, actually. So I didn't think Roman would show up until they hit Atlanta. I believe it's Saturday Night Main Event when they go to Atlanta. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But you know what? You might be right. You might be right, Switch. You might be right. If that happens, cool beans. I'm all for it. Take a shot every time Paul Rich says that CM Punk isn't there. Later that night, Uncle Phil shows up. Oh well. Kayfabe wise, Karrion Kross thinks that since he's getting praise on social media, that he has the audacity to tell Sammy that he'll never be a world champion. And Sammy's nicer than me. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think first, before Karrion was getting any praise on social media, he was already targeting Sami Zayn. So that had nothing to do with the praise on social media. That just bolstered him to continue being the devil on everybody's shoulder. What Karrion is doing is very much reminiscent of, he is like the counter voice in your head that always pushes you to do something that under normal circumstances you would never do, but he's doing it intentionally. He's a master manipulator in the sense of he uses your fear, your weaknesses, your doubts, and your own self-servitude against you. So your not liking of certain aspects of yourself, he emboldens it. He finds a way to exacerbate it, which would be quote unquote the devil would operate. If you believe in the devil, which I do, he exists, he's real in my opinion. But the devil usually uses your own fears and negativities against you. And that's exactly what Karrion Kross has been doing. He is playing on his own doubt, on Sammy's own doubt, and his own, I guess you can say, insecurity. Sami Zayn has never held the World Heavyweight Championship or a World Heavyweight Championship in the E. So for him to say that to him, he is not only trying to rattle his feathers, he is also trying to knock him off his game. And like I said, that was happening way before everybody online was starting to catch on to what he was doing. Do y'all know what specifically date this next week? No. What if Sammy turns on Punk in his whole storyline, similar to what KO did last year when KO was feuding with Solo's bloodline? I mean, right now, it seems like Sammy is being pulled away from this because of Karrion, which I would do. I wouldn't let Sammy and CM Punk continue down this path until Karrion and Sammy get done whatever they have to get done with. I would have Karrion and Sammy have their own program. Let Karrion go over on Sammy. Then maybe bring Sammy back into the fold if that's how you want to do it. But it seems like to me that Sammy's being pulled from this So I don't think that the turn is going to come from Sammy or anyone at this point. And if you are referring to the OTC we're coming back, I think the problem needs to be, or the conversation needs to be between CM Punk and Roman and how they could possibly work together to take down Seth Rollins. I don't think it's going to be Sammy's game, if we're being fair. Few things I missed. Now listen, this was funny to me. But Liv Morgan had a match with Kairi Sane because she was doing what she always does, bullying people in the hallway for no fucking reason. Girl, go take care of them bags under your eyes, bitch, please. She was bullying people in the hallway, looking at Kairi Sane and, of course, the women's champion, Io Sky. And she was like, oh, is this a reunion of your played out group, Damage Control? And I'm like, she's like, ain't y'all like defunct or something? Half y'all group is not even here. It's like, bitch, you got bigger problems. Girl, your own group member is trying to sabotage your relationship the same way he sabotaged Rhea's relationship with Dom. He doing the same thing with your relationship, and your ass letting them. And not only that, but the whole group is getting ready to implode from the inside. So while you worried about everybody else and making fun of everybody else's business, you need to be more concerned about yours. But see, the problem came to play, or all your little mouth came to bite you in your ass when you came up in this match with Kairi Sane, because Roxanne came out there to help you, but your ass got distracted by Roxanne and Cobra back arguing and hollering in the back. See, you got mad because you got beat. Then you took your ass to the back. Okay? Took your ass to the back and you blamed Cobra back for the loss. Said that Cobra back was the veteran. She should have known better. Ma'am, you were the one in the match. You should have kept your eyes on the prize. The problem is you. The call is coming from inside the house. Whatever is happening on the outside of the ring is none of your motherfucking business until that bell ring and your arm is rose, okay? You lost the damn match. You should have kept your eyes on the prize. Okay, you should have did like Bruce Lee said, never underestimate your opponent. Always keep your eyes on your opponent, bitch. Always. Because that's crazy. You in a damn match, you worried about what's going on the outside of the ring. Girl, could never have been me. Fia was standing there cheesing and just watching the mess unfold that he created, and y'all ain't paying attention to the game. Ooh, but I have a feeling Liv gonna catch up. She gonna catch up because you remember not too long ago, you was using him as a pawn to weasel your way in there. Now Roxanne's pulling the same game you pulling. Your ass better wake up, sleepy eyes. You better wake up. Okay? Now, after that, we got a promo from y'all mommy. And basically, she was just like, nah, I'm in this Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a match I ain't never been in, but y'all done gave me a motherfucking ladder that I can use any way I want to. Oh, bitch, the problem is going to be me, and these other hoes is going to have to worry about me. And I was like, well, Rhea, you know I love you, but you ain't never been in a ladder match like this before. You have never been in Money in the Bank. You ain't never been in that. You don't know what that's like. And I'm sorry, but them other bitches that's been in there, like Alexa Bliss, they understand fully what they are getting themselves into. You do not. You are in uncharted territory. And if I was you, I'd be studying this motherfucking match from top to bottom so I can understand exactly what I'm getting ready to put my body through. You have no advantage. I don't care what you're talking about. You don't have no advantage because the moment they get you on that top of that damn ladder and somebody power bombs your ass on another ladder or drops you on that mat and you fall to the damn bottom of the floor, all of that fucking mommy in the bank shit goes out the window when you got that goddamn pain radiating through your spine to your tailbone to the bottom of your feet, bitch. Okay? All of that go out the window. No, ma'am, Pam. No, you need to be preparing yourself for the hell that they about to put you through. Because you damn sure gonna get your ass whooped in this match. That's happening. Whether you want it or not, bitch. It's happening. Okay? It is definitely happening. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what June 2nd means. Isn't Liv booked for a Money in the Bank qualifier match next week? She probably is. I'm sure they announced it. Just like Jade, because she blamed Naomi for losing, but her being distracted and not staying on task, that's a facts. That's facts. I suspect that something is going to happen that day next week on Raw because it's the 14th anniversary of Seth returning on the Shield, meaning that someone might turn on someone or someone might return. And you know that Seth will be bragging about it next week. Oh, okay. I was not aware of that. I don't have Rhea winning this Money in the Bank match. I got Alexa Bliss winning for now. I agree. I think Bliss winning would be the right turn, in my opinion. Naomi is my winner. Sleeper is Roxanne. If Naomi gets in, there's no guarantee that Naomi's going to get in the Money in the Bank. No shade to Naomi. I love Naomi, but there's no guarantee. So there you have it, folks. For right now, Money in the Bank is due June 7th on a Saturday. You will also have Worlds Collide that Saturday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And on June 7th, I think at 7 p.m., they will start with Money in the Bank. You're going to have Women's Intercontinental Championship match with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. And this probably will be your main event. The tag team match between Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso up against John Cena and Logan Paul. And then finally, you'll have the Money in the Bank ladder matches. With the men, Logan, you got Logan Paul, LA Knight, Solo, Penta, and Seth Rollins. And then you have Julia, Roxanne, Alexa, and Rhea all competing for the Money in the Bank opportunity. All right. Then on the 28th of June, Night of Champions will emanate from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And this is also going to be on a Saturday. And remember, because this is in Saudi Arabia, this will happen in the middle of the day. So at 1 p.m. on Saturday, on the 28th of June, is more than likely when you will watch Night of Champions. All right. And on July 12th and 13th, Saturday Night Main Event is happening. And then, of course, Evolution, the all-women's pay-per-view, will be happening on Sunday, July 13th. This is going to be a double-header weekend. And Great American Bash is also supposed to be this weekend, if I recall. So you got that going on. It's a lot going on here. Also, SummerSlam is going to be its first ever two-night event. SummerSlam is going to be at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, August 2nd to August 3rd. And then on the 31st of August, we will have Clash in Paris. And on that Monday, they will still be in Paris. And it will also be on the 1st of September. And then we has Australia. We've got TakeOver Perth. SmackDown, Crown Jewel, and Raw will all emanate from Perth, Australia. SmackDown will be on Friday, October 10th. You have Crown Jewel on Saturday, October 11th. And then Monday Night Raw will be in Perth on October 13th. And that is going to be your schedule for WWE events leading up until November. All right. They haven't announced anything for September as of lately. So, just keep your eyes open. Okay. Keep your eyes peeled. Okay. Let's just, just keep a good watch on it. Now, if you are an AEW fan or you watch AEW, then you know that All In Texas is coming the same weekend as Evolution and Saturday Night Main Event. It's going to be on Saturday, July 12th. All In Texas. And the main event is going to be the AEW World Championship. Adam Page won the Owen Hart tournament, and he beat Will Ospreay to win the tournament, and he is going to be the one to face off against Jon Moxley. He will be facing off against the current champion Moxley for the title. Moxley's had this title for quite some time. I don't understand what they're doing. They have this whole Death Riders thing going on. They just got beat by Willow Nightingale, Swerve Strickland, and a bunch of other people in this I think it was a anarchy match or whatever they call it. I don't remember what the match is called. Please help me in the comments if you know what the match is called. But I'll show you a picture of it. They were able to best what they call them, the Death Riders, which is Moxley's group. And it had Willow Nightingale, it had Swerve Strickland, a bunch of other people that were in there, and they all, were able to best them on this night in this match. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Switchblade. It's Anarchy in the Arena. All right. So, Mercedes Moné also won the Owen Hart tournament, which means that she will face off against Toni Storm at All In Texas as well. So she now has surpassed a year as champion, as the AEW TBS champion, and I'm pretty sure they want her to beat Jade Cargill's record as champion, which she more than likely will at some point. But she hasn't lost a match since she's been in AEW. Her match that she lost her title in was a triple threat, and it was in a New Japan belt and a New Japan loss. So, yeah, it is what it is. I think WWE might have the Women's Money in the Bank match as the opener for the Money in the Bank event. I mean, they usually do, and honestly, I don't have a problem with that. It sets the tone for the show. Do you see a cash-in happening for this year's Money in the Bank event? I hope not. I find the cash-ins when they're early like that to be they're unnecessary. Can you fake a cash-in? Sure, but they don't need to have a cash-in at Money in the Bank. I like when they still have those briefcases and they can have an opportunity to cash them in later. Like a cash-in at Clash in Paris would mean a lot to me. I feel like that would be fucking cool because the Paris crowd would blow the doors off that shit. That would be insane. I can see one of the major titles changing hands at Money in the Bank because of a cash-in. I just don't want it to happen, but I'm selfish like that. I'm selfish like that. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm selfish like that. Anarchy in the Arena. Thank you. Thank you. And is they not beating the allegations of Mercedes having creative freedom after Sunday's win? Well, Mercedes doesn't want to lose anymore, so apparently from rumors of what I've heard, she's negotiated her contract to where she doesn't eat a pin or she doesn't lose matches for a long time. She gets to be a long reigning champion. If she loses it, it's got to be something. It's got to mean something or whatever. I don't know. Honestly, I don't watch AEW enough or pay attention enough to have much of an opinion on it. When I see something that is interesting, I will tell you. But because all of these things are happening at once, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's very overwhelming. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is your review. I want you guys to watch NXT tomorrow because Trick Williams is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And I am sure he is going to be on NXT gloating. Also, Ricky Starks and Ethan Page are going to be opening the show with their North American Championship match. You're also going to have Stephanie Vaquer fighting JC Jane tonight, Tuesday night, for her title. She's defending it again. Honestly, they have worked that woman to the bone. I don't know what their problem is. But you're also going to have Tatum Paxley facing off against Jada Parker. It's going to be a lot going on NXT, and I hope you guys watch it. We will go over NXT on Wednesday. AEW's women's division is pretty much buried after All In 2025 because to get this to get to this Toni Storm versus Mercedes match at All In, the whole women's roster in AEW was buried, which is unfortunate. Well, Switchblade, I'm going to tell you something. Mercedes doesn't feel that way. She feels like what she's doing is elevating the women's division when really all it does is make her look like the superstar, and everybody else, they get nothing out of the deal except for just a match with Mercedes Moné, which honestly, I don't like that. If you care about the women advancing, then your job as a veteran is to embolden and big up the women's division, not make yourself look like the martyr of the division and you're the only one who gets the accolades or the glory of it. It really speaks volumes about where your mind is in terms of how this women's division is to be seen. You want them to be seen through you exclusively, which is quite selfish in my opinion. But do you have the Mercedes Moné stands who will argue me to the ground and say that's not true? But I'm only looking at it from the outside looking in. Y'all are watching it every single week. You tell me if I'm wrong. Okay? Right. I like when the money bank keeps it to taunt the champions. Like, for example, when Big E was tormenting Paul Heyman with the briefcase, but it's Heyman, meaning that he's always scared, which made it even more fun. All right, so with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. I will see you guys on Wednesday when we do Freestyle Wednesday. We'll go over NXT, recap all that good stuff, and then we'll do some regular old lifestyle stuff, SBC chat, the whole nine. We got 2 weeks of SBC chat to cover. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to do, okay? I will see you guys then. Have a good night. And to those of you who are members, I know, but I promise you, new membership stuff, it is coming, okay? It is.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.